Laugh now, cry later. Things are getting better for us. Like I said, the price of food is going down. Well, it's becoming more affordable. Some of this stuff was the price was brought up because people had the power to do so. Some of the increases were due to greed and things like that, and it had nothing to do with real economy inflation type stuff. I'm going to read out some of my notes of what I saw and what I've been picking up on. Okay, some small businesses are going to increase. Small businesses are going to increase. There's going to be a boom in technology. Okay, there's a person that is in a high position of power. This is getting ready to happen, y'all. There is, because we are going to start seeing the changes in our economy, and life is going to get good. Things are going to become more affordable, like food and fuel and housing and things like that. During that time, some of those individuals who have caused our world to become a better place is going to there's going to be a shift in their consciousness. Some of these individuals, there's one particular individual I have in mind who is going to turn dark. Okay, and by the time that this person or this individual or this body, but it's a particular individual I have in mind, turns dark, the world is going to be so far gone. They're going to have so much trust and confidence in this individual, in this organization, in this body, because life has become better for them. And this is just the working class citizen. Okay, that they're not going to really question some of the laws and things that are going to be put in place. Okay, it's going to be to a point where people that do start calling things out and speaking against it is going to they're going to be looked down upon, attacked, slandered. Okay, now this is something that I see happening within the next 8 to 10 years, because first, the economy, the society, the world is going to get better. Technology is going to cause a lot of beautiful positive changes. I mean, we're going to see diseases that we never had cures for become curable. People are going to be able to afford food. People are going like I say, the cost of fuel is going to go down. There are some parts of the world that were always impoverished that are going to their people are going to have food. They're going to be able to eat, but all of this is going to be with the help of technology. So when this person, organization, body turns dark, or when their true agenda comes out, a lot of people are going to be deceived, okay, by this agenda. So I do see a female president eventually coming into office. However, what I see is that she will not be the one to make the decisions, the choices. It will be what is behind her that is making the choices and the decisions for the country. And I know that some of y'all are like, well, that's going to happen. That's happening already, right? But what's going to make this different is going to be such a strong emotional mental illusion, because we've never had a female president. So this is going to be put out there as if this is some really big thing, that oh my god, it's the first. It's going to be so celebrated, and it's going to be blown up on this high astronomical level, where it's meant to try to put out an image that times have really changed and things have really really gotten better, and it's going to be on some love light type stuff. And when reality It's not. When in reality, that is when, things are going to be definitely getting pretty dark. So we're going to go into a time where it's going to be all about, it is going to be all about mind control. It will be all about you know using technology to intimidate people, the phones, the computers, I mean, it's we're going to start seeing more products that are being marketed as making our lives quicker, easier, more efficient, but they're going to really have the technology inside of them to track and to watch and to spy, and this technology is already out. I'm not saying anything that y'all don't already know, but this is going to be on a deeper level. I'm talking about microwaves, refrigerators. I'm talking about stuff you would not even imagine that type of technology would be placed inside of it, a printer. So it's going to get a whole lot deeper than the smart TVs and just the smart house, and which that's a big deal within itself, because all of this stuff is marketed as making our lives easier and more efficient. Now, for those of us we talk about spiritual awakening, we're on our spiritual awakening journey. The message that we have been putting out, messages that the church have been putting out, anything about the matrix and becoming illuminated and all of that, the whole religion thing is going we're going to see that those messages are going to be more blocked, more tracked than ever before. And I mean, some of this we've already seen. Like, I saw a video where there was a place where a restaurant where you could put a name on a Coke, and every time you could put every name on that in that machine to put on that Coke. Maria, Joseph, any name, but every time you tried to put Jesus in it, it refused to. It's like there was a technical error. We're going to. Oh yeah, that's just. It goes back to even when people would say God or would say Jesus, on TV immediately, it would just cut off. We're going to see. It's going to be more of that. It's going to be more of that, where those kind of messages are not going to be able to be brought out. And this is also for the social media platforms, messages like this, and so many other content creators that are talking about the secret organizations and all of that. We're going to see where those messages are going to be blocked. We're going to see that they're going to be blocked, they're going to be removed because of the technology that's in everything. We're going to have to learn how to speak in a more encrypted way. We will have to change our language, and I'm not talking about changing our language from like English to Spanish or something like that, but the way we speak and some of the words that we use, we are going to have to change it, because with all of the technology is going to pick it up and it's going to be flagged. Okay, so for now, I'm going to talk about the chosen ones, the star seeds, the light workers, the healers, the pastors, the prophets, the evangelists. We have been sent here on a mission, and the mission is for us to put out the messages we've been putting out. We have all discovered that it's been very difficult to put out these kind of messages, because it seems like society is not yet ready for those messages. And it's amazing, because I going back to Neville Goddard and Dolores Cannon and Reverend Ike, um it's another one, Churchill, and all of them, it going all the way back. These people have been putting out these messages And these are people who, a lot of these people have passed away already, but they came here to put out the same messages that we're putting out now. And if it's as difficult and challenging as it is for us to have put this message out, we can only imagine what was going on during their time. And it's caused a lot of us to be like, well, why in the world did we come here to put out this message when most people are not trying to hear this message? I mean, right now SCX is what's selling. If you show a little behind, on social media, that's 5.7 million views. We understand is that people are still very much so attracted to chaos and toxicity, and drama. And we're coming out with this kind of message, and it's just like, but I'm saying this because God already knew how far the message was going to go, who was going to receive it, who wasn't going to receive it, how many people was going to receive it. And for a lot of us and the people before us, we were planting seeds, and we have started seeing these plants grow and mature during our time. There's already been people after us that's already been dispatched. They're here already, and they are putting out this message, and some of them are getting ready to put out this message. So there is a younger generation that is putting out this message. There's another generation that's getting ready to put out this message. So what I mean is that God sent us out in waves. He sent us out in waves to really warn the people and prepare them for what was to come. It's just like John the Baptist. John the Baptist had been crying out in the wilderness for years to prepare, prepare for the Lord, prepare for the Christ, that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. He was saying that for years before Christ stepped in on the scene. So we have been sent out in waves to help fulfill this ultimate mission. And some of us will not see the grand finale of this. And some of us will see a part of it. I don't really think we're going to see the grand finale, but I do believe we're going to see a very big shift, change, and move. I believe we will see the beginning of the unfolding of this darkness. Okay. So, but we're also at a time where right now we're going to enjoy, let me say that, enjoy life like we've never enjoyed it before. We struggled, and we was in such spiritual warfare for so long that to enter into this phase that we're in, it's beautiful. It's like bliss. Okay. But at the same time, we're still on mission, and our spirit team is not going to allow us to get so far off where we forget the mission. There's a video I came out with months ago that was talking about a dream where I was walking and I made a statement. I was walking on the road and I made a statement to someone that everything is energy, and energy is fluid, or something like that. I made a statement to, and I was arrested for making that statement. And then I was pulled into, like, a doctor showed up and was injecting me with some kind of medication that was supposed to lower my vibration. He kept telling me calm down. He was like, calm down, and he giving me like 4 injections to tell me to calm down. And I'm like, I wasn't resisting, I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't struggling, I wasn't nothing. I was just like, and he kept telling me calm down because it was my energy. And that eventually is what some of us are going to experience. When I say some of us, I'm not saying that it is going to necessarily be our group, y'all, but to talk about the things that we talk about is going to be looked at later on as some form of mental illness. It's going to be put out there as it's a sickness, it's madness or something. It's not. There are people that have I have heard that were um were persecuted in that way. So some celebrities, okay, that were labeled as, crazy and stuff like that. That was, and they talk about blacklisting and all of that. So I'm not going to really get into that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If not, you can look up, Kanye West and people like that, and and stuff, and listen to how they talked, and and these were people that were woke. And I'm not talking about woke as in racism, because to me that's not woke. To me, woke is you chose to take that red pill, like in the Matrix, and wake up, detach from the Matrix, and see it for what it is. Okay, I'm talking about spiritual awakening. However, this is going to be on a more grandiose scale, but I see this happening within the next 8 to 10 years. There now, after 10 years, it is it's gonna be pretty interesting. And I say that because I can only say what I see. If I don't see it, I can't say it. And I can't see. I have not been shown yet what may transpire after that 8 to 10 year mark. Okay, but what I am reminded of is what the Bible talks about, the book of Revelation. So I hope this message helped y'all understand what's happening, what's getting ready to happen, what's to come. And y'all be blessed.